a convertible during the greatest respiratory disease crisis in our lifetime. I was tempted to set up the GoPro and drive, but nature had other plans. Well, it started to rain, so I guess I gotta take this indoors. Alright, so my original intention was to begin this video outside, but unfortunately there was a little bit of drizzle and I couldn't really finish this video. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. So for this video, what I want to do is talk about 3 things that I enjoy about the Mercedes 560 SL and 3 things that I don't particularly enjoy about ownership of this vehicle. Whenever I shut the doors on this vehicle, and I'll demonstrate right now. That sound is unmistakable Mercedes from the 1980s and 1990s. Even Mercedes today, they have managed to maintain that sound of that thunk of like I'm closing down the door of a bank vault. That is an unmistakable sound of Mercedes quality. I mean, the first time I got this car, that's one of the things that I was completely obsessed with. I opened and shut that door a million times and it was like the greatest thing in the world. One more time. One of the things that I particularly like about this vehicle is the styling. Unmistakable Mercedes styling. The silhouette of this vehicle is unmistakable Mercedes. You ask a kid in the 4th grade to draw a car, he'll probably draw you this car. The Bruno Sacco designs of the 1980s inspired the entire lineage of Mercedes during this period. Even the styling of the headlights and the designing of the taillights, all these details really go a long way in terms of timeless design. And when I look around this interior, everything is built to last. There's nothing throughout this interior that I feel is going to break down within a matter of months or a matter of years. During this time period, Mercedes was implementing the use of burl walnut veneers throughout the detailing of the interior of their cars. Speaking to the quality of Mercedes-Benz during the 1980s and 1990s, even the pleating of the leather shows that it is built to last, it is top quality. The power plant in this car is a 5.6-liter V8 engine that makes around 227 horsepower and delivers about 250 pound-feet of torque. It is a V8 that makes a lot of power, and you could feel the power on the open stretch of road. It performs like a muscle car. It drives like a muscle car. It feels like a muscle car that can actually handle. As perfect as this car is, nothing in life is ever perfect. When I bring up these details, I think the most discerning Mercedes enthusiast will agree with my judgment. One detail that I'm not particularly fond of when it comes to the Mercedes interior, I will say it is 95% perfect because the Mercedes engineers didn't quite calculate that when they fitted these restyled seats, that the backrest would impact this location right over here where the seat belt is located right over here. Like the seatbelt harness gets in the way of actually reclining the seat, and you're missing out on the opportunity to recline the seat at full mast. So the furthest the seat can go back is impacted by the seatbelt retractor. And that is an engineering mistake that I think Mercedes didn't quite calculate when keeping this car into production for the long run. Another detail that was not up to par in the 1980s was the cassette deck that was implemented into the center console of the Mercedes 560 SL. A Becker Grand Prix audio cassette deck that is less than ideal when it comes to performance. When I look over here and I have my speaker grill, these are 2.5-inch speakers, and their performance is, to say the least, abysmal. If a sound system was ever my concern, a factory hardtop is a solution that minimizes wind noise. It is factory color matched, and it is beautiful when it is fitted on the car. I'm not a person who's particularly fond of cup holders, and I really don't care about having a cup holder in my car because I'm not necessarily driving and drinking at the same time. I'm definitely not drinking coffee in this car, so it doesn't really matter. Like if I want to drink coffee, I'll use my daily driver, pictured over there in the distance. In my opinion, a cup holder takes away from the original design elements of this vehicle. There are aftermarket solutions that have cup holder fittings to fit into this gap. I wouldn't necessarily do that because I don't necessarily like the design element of having two giant holes placed in the middle of my center console, even though this would probably cover it. And I really hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about the three things that I enjoy and the three things that I think could use some improvement on this vehicle. Now, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you subscribe to this channel. I hope you continue to watch. I hope you continue to stay safe and do everything possible to enjoy cars while you can during this pandemic and this hiatus from the normalcy that we call life. So whenever you get a chance, please hit that like button, please subscribe, and I look forward to the next video.